Bison basketball and wrestling fans can now enjoy a cold one while cheering on the home team. The NDSU Athletic Department is offering beer and wine sales to people 21 and older at men's and women's basketball games and wrestling matches. You can only buy 2 drinks at a time, and sales will be handled by Buffalo Wild Wings.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. I'm Lisa Beddoe here with Jordan Schreier. We're just getting started with our nonstop news and weather to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. New this morning, a 21-year-old man is facing nearly a dozen charges after a police chase that damaged several cars, trees, and a deck.
It started just before midnight after officers got reports of a hit and run on the north side of Grand Forks. Police say the suspect cut his lights and then led officers on the chase. They went through parking lots, city streets, and at one time drove between 2 houses. They say 21-year-old Kyle Snowbeck hit 6 cars, including a police car, twice. One of the crashes pushed a parked car into a deck that was then partially pulled off a house.
Police say he also hit several trees while trying to get away and eventually was stopped after slamming into one of those trees. He's being charged with multiple counts of leaving the scene of an accident, reckless endangerment, and DUI, among other offenses.
It is now just about 9 minutes before the top of the hour. Let's check that forecast. And you're talking about the S word, Lisa.
Here it is. We have that chance for some snow today. The good thing is that it's only going to affect a certain amount of folks here, not everybody in the valley. So if you're in Grand Forks, Fargo, you can breathe a little easier if you don't want the snow. It's over toward Devil's Lake in Jamestown where we have the best bet in our viewing area of seeing any accumulation. Keep in mind, it's still very warm. The ground is very warm this time of year, and temperatures won't quite be down to the freezing mark. So if there is any accumulation, it won't last very long. It'll just be on some grassy surfaces and it'll be a dusting. This is tonight through tomorrow morning. You can see out west the focus will be more into central North Dakota between Minot and Bismarck, and the same goes for them too. We have the potential for a couple of inches of snow, but it will likely be melting as it is falling, and it won't last very long either. There are other parts of North Dakota dealing with snow this morning down into the south and western part of the state, and there we have a winter weather advisory in effect in that region. So again, winter is coming. It's here in the valley, or in the Dakotas at least, and will continue to get closer and closer to the valley today. Right now things are quiet. We've got mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures are chilly. We're at 36 degrees in Devil's Lake, 41 in Fargo, 40 in Grand Forks. Over to the east, a little warmer into Lakes Country. Wind is lighter in the east. Out to the west, we've got some gusts out of the north that are getting into the low 20s. And here's a look at our hour-by-hour planner. Mostly cloudy skies, conditions that are going to be okay to start off the morning, even though it's pretty chilly. Grab your rain gear. You're going to need it for later today. Noon, we're starting to see that rain move in, and then it really starts to spread in into the afternoon and evening. So drive time, heading home from school. Not everybody impacted at that point, but there will be some areas of rain falling and potentially some snow trying to work its way in. And that's going to especially be the case as our sun goes down and temperatures start to drop ahead for tonight. Widespread rain this evening and overnight. And then here comes that snow for the James River Valley potentially, especially Jamestown and west, and moving up toward the Devil's Lake area. That's where it'll be most likely, continuing to work its way through. And then as the system departs, that ends. And notice our temperatures by tomorrow morning still around or even a few degrees above freezing. So again, the snow won't last. It's just a little jarring to see that first snowfall of the year. 7-day planner, we warm up a little on Friday. This weekend, another round of rain, especially on Saturday morning. And now for a look at traffic, here's Devin Fry with the Valley Today's Traffic on the Move.
Thank you, Lisa, and good morning, Red River Valley. We're continuing to give you a live first-person look at your morning commute, and as you can see, the interstates have gotten pretty loaded up. We're on I-94 right now. We're heading eastbound toward Minnesota. Now, as you can see, those westbound lanes, those are starting to load up on traffic, which is normal for the start of the school or work day. It's just happening a little earlier than what we've been seeing in the past few days. So overall, it's moving fairly smoothly, but those westbound lanes, like I said, starting to get a little bit more of a solid block of cars moving down the interstate. So that's just something to watch out for. It really shouldn't affect your morning commute that much, but it is something to watch out for. I-29 was looking much lighter on both sides of their interstate. Now, road conditions wise, things are ideal this morning. You're not going to have any issues with weather heading to work, but like Lisa said, watch out for rain for your drive home from school or work. Overall traffic flow this morning is started off fairly light, but is built up to the level you see in front of you now. We're going to keep checking in on the roadways in the next hour, but for right now, for your traffic on the move, I'm Devin Fry.
We have an apartment complex behind us. So now you're putting property which is going to be a rental property in front of us. So you're kind of like destroying the neighborhood where people live permanently.
Families in a South Fargo neighborhood think you'd feel the same way. They're fuming over a planning commission recommendation to rezone the area they live in. Dabbert Custom Homes is asking for the change to build multifamily home lots along 47th Avenue South in Timber Creek.
People who already live there in that area say they're concerned that the addition of duplexes will take away the family feel and security that they want in their neighborhood. The City Commission has the final say on whether the project will move forward, and neighbors hope the city will take their request into consideration. A new search warrant in the Fargo death investigation is asking for all incoming and outgoing phone call records from a Fargo convenience store. It's part of the investigation into the disappearance and death of Brenda Cartez. Her body was found near the Red River in South Fargo in August.
She had been missing for more than a year, and police say that her death is suspicious. Cartez had been staying at Center Inc. in North Fargo just before her disappearance. Then on July 12th of 2018, she signed herself out and said she was going to the Red Carpet gas station on 13th Avenue South. A World War II veteran is finally at rest in his home state.
24-year-old Floyd Wells was killed when Japanese bombers attacked Pearl Harbor in 1941. Now, nearly 78 years later, his remains are buried at the North Dakota Veterans Cemetery in Mandan. A Fargo teacher is recovering after being hurt by a student during a behavioral outburst. School district officials say the incident happened yesterday afternoon at Ed Clapp Elementary. The teacher received medical attention for unspecified injuries. The student involved has been suspended and will face disciplinary action. The district says no other students were there during the incident.
Grand Forks police are releasing video of an armed robbery that happened last night in hopes of finding the suspects. Now take a look. Two men wearing face masks run into the Loaf and Jug on University Avenue, and at least one of them has a gun. Police say the robbers threatened the clerk and stole money out of the register. Call the Grand Forks police if you have any information about the robbers. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is calling on House Democratic and Senate Republican leaders to negotiate a compromise between their competing insulin affordability proposals. That's so he can call a special session.
The Senate GOP proposal calls for requiring drug manufacturers to provide free insulin for up to a year to diabetics whose income is low enough to qualify. House Democrats are focused on getting 90-day emergency insulin supplies to diabetics who can't afford refills. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Sanford is honoring survivors and patients with their Pink Palooza event.
In the Valley today's Abby Furchner joins us live in Moorhead, where it will all be taking place. Good morning, Abby.
Good morning, Lisa and Jordan. I'm here at Rustic Oaks in Moorhead, where tomorrow night you're going to want to come out from 5 to 8:30 for their second annual Pink Palooza. But I'm here with Andrea Mell, and I know, Andrea, that breast cancer is one of the most diagnosed cancers when it comes to women. So what are some personal risks maybe women should be aware of?
Family history is a big one. Just knowing if breast cancer, ovarian cancer runs in the family. If you do have an increased risk, or including atypia, things that are found on a mammogram and biopsied and not necessarily cancer, you may be eligible for increased screening.
Yeah, and let's talk about maybe some of those screenings that women should maybe go through or that are recommended.
So there's a lot of different recommendations out there, but Edith Sanford Breast Center recommends that all women ages 40 to 74 have an annual screening mammogram. After that, it's kind of a shared decision between the person and their physician.
Such an important month and such an important topic to talk about. So if you want to know more, you're going to want to come out to Pink Palooza. I know there's going to be a lot of fun things like door prizes and silent auctions, but it's also very educational. So you're going to want to come out once again 5 to 8:30 at Rustic Oaks in Moorhead. But we have all that information up on valleynewslive.com. You can just click on the hot button.
Abby Furchner reporting live for us this morning. Thank you. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Here's today's question. A new survey asked people to name the rudest thing that people do around the office, and this came in at number 1.
The answer is gossiping about coworkers. You can take part in our question of the morning every weekday by going to the Valley News Live Facebook page and join the conversation. And I think gossip at the water cooler today is going to be that some people could see snow in the forecast.
Yeah, we're talking western parts of the viewing area, the James River Valley, Devil's Lake could see some of that mix in later tonight. There will be widespread areas of rain starting off this morning with mostly cloudy skies and temperatures again that are cool, 40s for your highs today. And again, be ready for the rain as it moves in.
The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. Join us for more live up-to-the-minute news and weather right now on the Fargo CW.